Good morning, good evening, wherever you are in the world. I am Jeremy Marquez with J Marqeting. I call you close more real estate listings, and we call you close more real estate listings, and also power prospecting. Yeah, man, here we are, right? We made it through. We got the gifts. We gave the gifts. We got through the guilt. We got through the shame. And we made it through the other side. And in my opinion, guys, it is already 2022. And I'm busting out the Rudolph, the red nose, because I'm that shining light that's going to help you guys see through all the crap, through all the bullshit, everything that's out there on the internet that you guys are seeing. This is the real deal. Cold calling, there's no faking it, okay? We're not, I don't have any characters or guests on this. This is no edits. This is a live video I'm filming on Monday morning, December 27th, 2021, from my home office here in Sacramento, California. Jeremy Marquez drinking coffee that I just brewed here at the house, y'all. Why is that important? Here's the thing. A lot of real estate guys, a lot of sales guys, a lot of marketing guys, you guys out there that I follow, you guys out there that are killing it, that I love, and I appreciate you guys putting your content out there. Some of you guys, man, I'm slowing down on absorbing your content because, man, you guys are doing some different stuff, and that's fine. That's the direction you're going with your life, but that's not where we are here. J Marqeting is a business built around sales, around direct telephone sales. Let's not beat around the bush here, because when I'm cold calling you, I'm not beating around the bush. I'm straight up transparent in your face because I feel like that's what you deserve, instead of some gimmicks or some BS. With me, I'm going to try to sell you my services when you're watching me. When I'm doing cold calling and I'm giving you guys insight in my videos, I'm also selling you my services, okay? My services are cold calling. You can hire me and my team to make calls for you and your team for real estate, mortgage, solar, mostly real estate. Let's be real niche. Mostly residential listings, wholesale purchases, acquisitions. You guys hire me to make calls. I've also developed a training program where I'll work with you one-on-one to train you to help you be better with your cold calling. From data to appointment, from cold to appointment. After that, it's up to you guys. I'm not the realtor, okay? You have other mentors and coaches that help you with that. My goal is to focus on helping you guys picking up the phone, making those calls, setting those appointments, and getting you guys opportunities. Now, if you're at a level where you're not making calls, you're too busy, you're too good, whatever it is, you're too rich. My service, we call you closes in place for you guys. We hire us to set appointments, nurture leads, create opportunity, fill your database while you're doing what you need to do. Okay. So while I'm doing my live videos, while I'm giving you guys insight on telemarketing for real estate, sales and marketing for real estate, I'm also going to be pushing my services. Okay. So We've mostly ran on Facebook and Instagram for almost 6 years now. That's been the bulk of J Marqeting social media marketing and marketing. Transition is going to be happening into YouTube. Okay, I have 115 subscribers here on the channel. Thank you guys very much if you're watching this now. Give yourself a round of applause for dealing with my bullshit, seeping through all the bullshit that I put out there and getting to the guts and the glory of what I drop, right? I need one of you guys, one of you video guys. It's also a realtor that likes my content. Let's partner up. I need some help chopping up some of my videos. I want to make some highlight reels for you guys to just chop out all of the talking and get like an hour's worth of just calls and just and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna release that video only in my private groups, right? So it's not just for everybody. Okay. So recently I've gotten a few new subscribers and followers that I've interacted with, like Lewis down in SoCal. Shout out Lewis. Hope you're having a good morning so far, man. Point being, these guys have caught up with me. These guys are following me now because of the raw, the real that I bring to my live videos, my content. Okay. We don't have a video editor. There's no videographer over here. It's just Jeremy Marquez broadcasting live on platforms. I'm going to make calls live on platforms. I don't edit. I don't rehearse. We just get in there and make it happen. So when you're watching me do my thing, you're watching the reality of cold calling. Okay. Now, don't worry. Don't get scared. It's fun. We have fun with this stuff, guys. I have fun when I'm working, and I've been able to develop a business and a service, a whole empire around it, guys, because I'm thick in the process. Okay. I'm about shin deep in the process. I want to get about waist deep. I want to be chilling waist deep in that process. And I just want to sit there and cozy on up, all up in my process. And I love being there. And that's where I am right now. I'm telling you this, guys, because I really want you to understand the passion that I have for what I do and bringing you guys value. First and foremost, I drop these videos. I drop these lives first and foremost because when I'm calling, when I'm making calls like I'm going to here in a little bit, I step my game up. I'm pushing it a little bit harder because I know I got eyes on me. Kind of like 10 years ago, if I was to walk into a new sales room as a new hire, oh, there's the new guy, right? I look at that wall chart. I look on the wall. I see who's up there. Joe, Steve, Joanne. Those are the closers. That's where I want to be, right? So I'm going to sit down next to those guys. I want to listen to those guys. I want to watch those guys because I want to know what they're doing. And then I want to apply it to what I do so I can be there as well, okay? So guys, when I'm doing these videos, picture that. Picture walking into the office. Picture me being the guy that's doing it, and you just want to soak up the knowledge, and then you want to apply it to what you're doing. All right, so let's do that. So if you guys are just tuning in, we're going to start making some live calls here. If you look at the subject line, there's a subject line about the holidays. Holidays. Some of you guys are still on vacation. Some of you guys won't come back to work until the middle of January. Some of you guys only did a couple of deals this year and you're still vacationing like that. You guys are doing that. You guys aren't my people. My people maybe took off Christmas, maybe took off the day before and the day after, but they're back grinding full time right now. They really never stop. Those are my people. You guys, we know what's up because in this business, and with that day, which is every day, that I decide to get up and grind for myself instead of somebody else, instead of going to work for somebody else, I'm doing my thing every day. Now, the day that I decide to go work for somebody else is the day that I've really thrown in the towel in what I'm doing here. What's the point? The point is, I get out what I put in. Nobody out here is telling me that I'm worth $5 an hour, $100 an hour, $500 an hour. No. The results that I get financially and everything else, all the other results that I get are because of what I put out. Anything that I get back is because of what I'm putting in. So I need to grind. And I love the grind because here's the thing. If I put a lot in, I'm going to see these rewards. Okay. They're going to come back in different ways. Financially, yes, and other ways. So with that being said, let's check the comments, see if you guys have any questions. I'm going to get this stream shared a few places. I know we're live on Facebook. I know that we are live on YouTube. We're live on Instagram. If you guys are watching on Instagram or Facebook, please jump over to YouTube, hit that subscribe button. We are working towards 1,000 subscribers. We'll do a $100 Amazon gift card giveaway once we hit that 100 subscriber. It means a lot to me, guys. I'm going to go ahead and try to monetize the channel, which will allow me to bring even better content to you guys. You'll see this room transform into a studio, hopefully, at some point. Okay, let me open up the stream here. Hey, Uncle Steve. Open this up. If you guys have questions, comments, just want to say hello, do so in the chat. Hey, Steve. Let's see. There's the delay. Give me a moment here. We'll get logged into the dialer. As always, questions, comments, anything like that. Interaction is requested in the chats. Just say hello, say what's up, say Happy New Year, say Jeremy, you have a booger on your nose. Anything, guys. What's up, Otis? Good morning, sir. Boom, got the channel up in the back. Look at that. Enough for all that filter BS. Here. All right, cool. We're going to do it old school here and call off of the sheet. What's up, Chris? Took away your message? Zoreen and all you spammers, get out of my live, y'all. It's not wanted. My people will come after you if you keep spamming my lives. No joke. So, J Marqeting, we call you close, has been contracted by an acquisition firm. This acquisition firm only is buying over 100 unit properties. So there's only so many of those in the country, right? Of course, they're going to buy little ones as well. But if I come across one that's like just a few units, I'm going to need to refer those out. But this agreement, and this is going to be a game changer for We Call You Close as a whole. I mean, we're going to be acquiring probably at least 5 of these a year. We're helping this company. So in that process, I'm going to be learning, of course, right? And we're talking about Grant Cardone level. These people are buying apartment complexes or buildings that are only 100 units or more. Only, okay? So I'm being paid. I have a base that I'm being paid with them. I'm being paid on the acquisition. So when they acquire, if they sell, I'm being paid on that. Or if they hold and keep it as a rental for revenue, I'm paid on the first 6 months of the revenue on the rent. So they paid me a retainer for one of my time slots. Every time they purchase, boom. Every time they sell it, boom. Or if they rent it for the first 6 months, boom, 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 for 6 months. So these guys found me on YouTube, and we've been working out details for a little while. And so that's cool. That's going to be one of my campaigns. But what does that mean for you guys? You're going to be able to see me making some of these calls. And then also you're going to, now I only have a few availabilities for you if you want to hire me to call. Okay. There's a brokerage in Sacramento that's talking to me currently. We're thinking about doing a partnership. These guys are doing over 1,000 units a year. Okay. Big company, spend a lot of money in marketing. Hiring me and my services is like going to lunch for them. In fact, I've had to raise my pricing a little bit for it to make sense. So big things are happening for my services and my company. But guys, it's only because of the work that I'm putting in here. Okay. So you see me going live like an hour or two every day. But outside of that, I'm grinding it as well. Okay. I'm probably making over 1,000 calls right now every single day. It's thick. I'm thick in the process, and I'm just getting started. Okay. And you know, when I'm dreaming about business, when I'm having dreams, working through potential deals and potential relationships, I know that I'm on, right? I'm thick in the grind, and it feels great because that's where I want to be. I don't need to be here. I'm choosing to be here because I see a year from now, I see 18 months from now, I see what could be. And it all starts with putting in the work with you guys right here. So I want to say thank you for tuning in. For those of you that have been consistently, it drives me to keep going and keep producing content, which drives me to be even better prospecting, which trickles down. So if you think about it, like, you know, guys like Gary Vee, Grant Cardone, we know them for certain things. Like you guys know me for for doing these live videos, but that's not really where, you know, the bread and butter is, right? That's not where the income is. It's kind of like these guys that we follow, the guys that I follow. The stuff that I follow them for, the content that I'm following for, that's not always where they make their big money. Like Gary Vee, he makes his big money with Vayner Media. It's a media company for large corporations. They pay them to do digital marketing. Of course, he has his hands in NFTs and things like that. Motivational, whatever, right? Take bits and pieces. That's what I do. I take bits and pieces from different people out there that I follow, and I apply it to personal and professional. Am I telling you this crap to brag? No. I'm telling you this stuff to give you insight and to hopefully ring some bells because it's on my mind. And listen, if I had found a guy like myself 5-6 years ago, I'd be tuned in. I'd be picking his brain. So guys, pick my brain. If you're a realtor, if you're an investor, if you're a cold caller, if you're just an entrepreneur that doesn't want to work for somebody anymore and you want to figure out how to do something like I'm doing, I can help you there too. All right. So with that being said, I'm just talking a little bit because the dialer is being used. So Otis, if you have any questions, Lewis, if you have any questions, if anybody watching, Christopher has any questions, drop it on me, guys. Okay. Hope you had a good Christmas. You too, Otis. Yeah, man, you know how it goes. Definitely appreciate you tuning in all the time, Otis. Okay, so I'm not going to stop this stuff, guys. You know, I've only been doing this for a little while, and I enjoy the content. I enjoy just learning. I'm not like a pro in this. I am definitely still learning bits and pieces as I go every day. How was your Christmas, Otis? Stay close to home? I went down to Pismo Beach. This is part of the Central Coast. It's really nice down there. We had a vacation rental a couple 100 yards from the water. My family did. And my sister was visiting from the Midwest, which was awesome to be able to see her and her daughters, teenagers. You know how that goes. Not the greatest visit, but it's family. Hey, Saltwaterborn, how you doing? Thanks for tuning in. Otis says, I have a question. When doing the group boiler room setting, what's the best way to help an agent that is really not getting? What tools should we give them to help? Good question. Hire me to train that agent and other agents, and I'll handle it for you is my answer. Okay, cool. Yeah, Twilio is a little bit much, man. It's just too much. There's a lot to it if we're just trying to text. I mean, yeah, it's cool, but there's a lot to it. There's got to be more simpler solutions. Okay. Did you set a trial up for any of those? Do they do trials? What isn't that agent getting? I have a question when doing group boiler room setting. What's the best way to help an agent that is really not getting it? So if an agent doesn't really get it, they don't get it. They're not going to get it. No. I mean, what isn't there to get? They have to grind in order to get paid. Okay. And this is how they grind. Specify more. Like, what aren't they getting? So check it out. I'm going to be calling in Salt Lake City. And the thing is, when you're calling multi-family properties that are potentially 100 units or more, you're probably not going to cold call right away the owner. You're probably not going to get the owner, like the owner. It's probably owned by a corporation, right? So there's directors and all of that. So we need to be able to get to a decision maker. Now, my job is not to get to somebody and say, yeah, I'm going to sell it to you, but I need to gather the right information. I need to get the rent rolls. I need to get some other data. So I need to be able to get information about the property so the team that I'm working with can put together an offer. But, you know, at the end of the day, my goal is just to connect a decision maker with my team. And then if they take it from there, and then when they acquire it, you know, my job is really done when I make the handoff, right? Because then they have things that they need to do on their end, information they need to gather about rents, with how many units specifically, bedrooms, baths, to the T, stuff that I can't really get over the first call. They'll probably connect with them on a secondary meeting. And again, 100 unit or more, like I've been a part of 10 units, 15 units. This is going to be stuff that I'm learning as well as I go, which is great because eventually I would like to be part of a 100 unit transaction. Okay. Do the math. We're talking about millions of dollars, hundreds of $1 million transaction, like a $50 million transaction, a $200 million transaction. Okay. Now, when we're talking numbers like that, we don't really talk about the big numbers, right? We talk about like per unit, per square footage. There's different language that I must use when I'm in these conversations. It's a business conversation compared to calling Joe Johnson, who just had his property expire and they can't move to Tracy because they needed to sell their home in Oak Park first, right? So it's a different type of situation. It's a different conversation, different language that I'd be using, which is great because now it's an alternative target for me to switch up in between calling expired listings for an agent like OTIS, or you know what I mean? Sometimes I forget that I'm live. Some things that I would say that I'm not going to say. All right. So we are live and direct here from the home offices of Jeremy Marquez at J Marqeting. You guys are taking a look. If you're on Facebook, you see the RedX Vortex screen. That's what you see right now. You're looking at a list that I imported a couple of days ago. Just some data. That's all it is data. It's not even a lead. These aren't even leads until you speak to them. Get your terminology right. Yeah, the RedX tool for geo leads is crap compared to Mojo. Mojo, after using it for a little while, hands down is the best out there right now, all around. Straight up. And I have an affiliate partnership with some other ones, but I'll say it straight up. They are leading. And the integrations that they have with all these other platforms it's leading as well. There's a lot of things that they have going that Vulcan and RedX are behind on, and I don't think that they plan to make improvements in those areas. And the pricing is the same, so. And who cares if you've had RedX for a year or 2 years? That's not a reason to stay with it. I can show you how to move everything over with an seamless transfer. And if you don't want to fully come on board with my full training program, we can do contract type stuff. Let's say you want me to help you optimize your platform, but you don't need me to do a full training for 6 months with you. All right. We can work out a consulting fee for that, a couple $100 or something. We'll figure it out. We can do one-off trainings. You can have me come out to your office and we do a 2-hour lunch-in training or something like that. I'm not just a cookie cutter trainer where I'm only going to work with you within the program that I have in place. If you want to do something custom, you want me to speak to your team like in a virtual meeting, we can work that out as well. The stuff that I outline and talk about in my live videos is just what I'm doing. Now, just because this is how I'm doing things right now does not mean that I'm open to different ideas. I want to help you guys, but of course, this is how I make my bread and butter. So I'm not going to be used and abused. I know my value. Let's put it like that. Let's see if you guys have any questions here. Thanks for the thumbs ups. If you guys are watching, just smash that thumbs up button if you could. Just trying to give. Okay, let's see what you said. They're getting like, what? Why do them action had an agent trying to get on the phone, was showing them, would call one number and get a voicemail and skip the other numbers. Yeah, just trying to give them some other ways to get clients, since the older computer stuff, social media isn't a strong point for them. Is it better data? It's the same type of data. You guys got to get this stuff out of your head, man. The data is the same. All these databases, they pull them from public records, okay? But the data is better because Mojo offers a skip tracing tool. So yes, it's better. But it's all a matter of you. The data is the same, guys. You got to put in the work. Get that out of your head. When you're talking about these type of leads, there's no better or the other because they're all scrubbing public records. Now, Mojo has the skip tracer, which goes a little bit further, $30 extra a month. Get it. Who cares if you're spending $500 a month? You guys need to get this out of your mind. If you're penny pinching on what to invest in, you really should go get a state job, because you need to be ready when to invest in it. And prospecting, cold calling is like the least expensive way to do things. Come on. You really should be able to invest a couple $1,000s a month on this, because if you're closing a couple of deals a month, it doesn't matter. For you guys that are worried about it, it's because you're not closing enough. That means you're not putting enough time calling. You're out here building teams and stuff, but you haven't focused on building your own database. You haven't focused on you doing 40 transactions a year, building a team out without even showing them how you do things yet. Focus on your own process and your own system. Focus on doing a bunch of deals for yourself and then showing others how you've done that. Then it will be easier to get them to jump on board with you. Then it will get easier for them to understand and they'll want to work for you and with you, because now you're killing it, instead of just some guy saying, hey, do it like this. Now, what I'm training you guys to do and what I show you guys to do is what I do every single day. I stay in my lane. And that's why I don't talk about after the appointment, because I set the appointments. I take these leads, this data to the appointment. And then after that, it's up to you guys. But here's the thing. I try not to tell you guys to do something I'm not doing. So Otis, to answer your question, show them what you're doing, and then say, hey, this is how I'm doing it, and then show them. But if you're not doing it, then they're going to be like, well, whatever. And I'm not saying you're not, Otis, but that's the easiest way to get anybody to follow what you're doing, is just to do it. And nobody's going to do it exactly how you want, because everybody has a different way of learning. But at the end of the day, they may not have the same motivation as you. They won't. When I build my team out, my assistants, they're not going to have the motivation that I have. Their motivation is to put food on the table. My employees' job motivation is not to build out my dream. When I go to work for somebody else, when I go get a 9-to-5 job, I'm not thinking about what I can do that day to make the owner of that company's dream. No, I'm thinking about what I can bring home to my family. So as a business owner, when I'm building a team out or a team leader, I need to think about why they're on my team. Why are they going to work every day? And it's not to put food on my table, it's to put food on their table. What is the point? The point is, guys, monkey see, monkey do. I can't expect you or my team members to do something that I'm not doing or haven't done. So, Otis, jump in. Build your process, build your system, close a bunch of deals, and say to that agent, this is what I've done to a T. This is the blueprint. And I'm saying that without knowing everything that you're doing, but don't take it specific to your situation. But that's a drawn out way of answering your questions here. Let me check my connection here. Connection is a little bit and it just keeps coming on, which affects my Wi-Fi, which probably is affecting the stream. Don't laugh at my dirty coffee cup. For those of you that have been patient, thank you for being patient. Thank you for hitting that like button. For those of you that are watching, I do thank you. If you can share this with people that you may think would enjoy the content that I deliver, thank you. We will get to some calls here in a moment, just filtering out some data here. As we're talking, I'm kind of answering a question and setting things up on my end here. So if you guys have questions, please continue to ask. Prospecting related, sales and marketing related, real estate related, anything, guys. If you have questions about how I started my business, anything like that, or if you have questions about, my favorite food to eat, maybe I'll answer, maybe I won't. Looks like Facebook might be frozen. Looks like YouTube's streaming fine. Shout out to TQ. Good job, man. Jump on the stream and tell us about it, man. TQ just set himself an appointment. So I started working with TQ a while ago, man. Tommy Quinn out of the Bay Area. So in 2021, he's going to end with 25 deals or maybe more. All of them started with cold calling. So good job. He just got off the dialer and said that he just scored himself a listing appointment. Woo! Shout out to TQ. Good work, man. It all starts with dials, guys. The more dials you have, the more conversations you're going to have, okay? You cannot create leads unless you have conversations. So right now, I don't have any leads. I have information. Once I have conversation, it's a lead. Then it's a follow-up. Then it's an appointment. It could go from lead to an appointment, but we want to make sure that we're qualifying them, and we're only setting appointments with people who are going to either list with us or sell their property. So in my case, I'm looking for people, for property owners who would be open to selling their property if the numbers made sense. And then my result, the goal is to schedule an opportunity or allow to set up a time to speak with my team lead about the numbers. It's hard for me to work for somebody that isn't doing what they want me to do. It's hard for me to work for somebody that hasn't done what they expect me to do. Just like I would never follow somebody as a mentor if they're not doing something that I do. There's trainers out there in our industry or coaches that are telling people to do what they've never done or wouldn't do. They're just preaching or teaching what they think should be done, what they've heard works. I know for a fact there's a bunch of them out there that don't make calls themselves, but will tell you to make calls. They haven't dialed a cold call in over a year, but they're preaching calling geo leads. How are they going to tell you how to do something that they heard works, that they know is working? And it doesn't mean that, Jesus, they're not doing it. And even when they did it, they were cherry picking absentee owners. Straight up. And you guys have thousands of you are following him. And then there's thousands of you following this other guy, this reverse selling guy. All he does is interview people, steal their ideas, and apply it to his system like it's his. Brandon. There's only a few guys out there that are real. Barino, rest in peace. Chris Igo, he don't make calls no more. Brian Casella, he don't make calls no more. There's nobody out there still making live call sessions, okay? I'm going to do a live call session right now, guys. I don't know what's going to happen because it's a live call session.
Thank you for calling the domain companies. If you know the extension of the person you wish to speak with, you can dial it at any time. For a dial by name directory, press 7. To speak with an operator, please press 0 or remain on the line. To repeat these options, press 9.
Please spell the name of the person's last name first. Press 7 for Q and 9 for Z. To cancel, no name in the directory matches the keys you entered. Please re-enter the name using 7 for Q and 9 for Z. Please spell the name of the person's last name first. Press 7. No name in... No entry matches that.
On to the next.
Hello, and thank you for calling. Our fax number is 802084009. If you know your party's extension, you may enter it now. For a company directory, press the pound key, or you may hold for our message center.
I'm probably going to hire a VA for like $2 an hour to make these calls, to sift through. So I don't have time to be calling machines. I need to speak to live people. I'm going to talk to the company that hired me to do this and tell them I need some better data, because unless I'm talking to live people, me going through company directories, and that's not the best use of an asset like myself. I was trying to reach Tasha Gould.
Spell her last name for me.
Gould.
One moment.
Gould, Tasha is currently unavailable. Please leave a message after the tone. When you have finished, please hang up or press the pound key for more options.
Hey, Tasha, this is Jeremy Marquez. I was giving you a quick call about the Gateway 505 building. When you get this, if you can give me a call back, just had a quick question. 916-241-3497. 916-241-3497.
This is Glenn McKay. Please leave a message.
At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Hey, Glenn, this is Jeremy Marquez. I have a question about the Garden Apartments. I see that you're the director of real estate. If you can give me a call back, 916-241-3497, 916-241-3497. So I need to have a VA on my team making these calls. And then when we speak to somebody, that's the people I call. This is the first few days of this campaign. So all of this stuff that I'm saying.
Partners Cover Properties.
I was trying to reach Jennifer Iwanek.
Okay, she's out on vacation and will be out till Tuesday.
Tuesday. Got it. Is she the right person to speak to about Liberty Crest, the property?
Well, she's the regional over all the other regionals.
Gotcha.
Do you reside at Liberty Crest?
No, thank you. I will reach her on Tuesday.
Okay, thank you. Have a good.
Okay, so we're going to call back on Tuesday. So basically, guys, we're doing skip tracing. This is what I should not be doing, but we're going to figure things out. They thought I was a tenant, and I could have rolled with that, but there's no reason to do all that. So, I mean, I could have said that I'm an investor and I have some questions about the property. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter because that's not the person I need to speak to anyways. Tuesday is tomorrow, so let's call back Wednesday. setting a reminder for myself on my Google Calendar to call back to speak with her.